64, and I run a very small guest house B&B in Falmouth, Maine.
Dan Danner, the president of the National Federation of the Independent Businesses, claims to represent small business owners like yourself. In fact, the National Federation of Independent Business has a whole list of talking points to make it seem like they represent almost all of the small business owners in this country. And he has put the National Federation of Independent Businesses in the same camp as American Health Insurance Plans, which is the insurance industry's lead lobbying group. Now, Dan Danner says that business owners like yourself, again, speaking for you, oppose the idea of the option of a public health care plan. Can you speak to that?
Ludicrous. Who is this man? How can they be saying that? They certainly don't know the grassroots, hardworking, middle-class, educated people like myself. I have been eked out of affordable health care. It's humiliating, embarrassing. I've always worked. I've always taken care of myself. Thank God I'm going to be 65 because I feel justified in getting on Medicare. And that anybody could say that tells me they're just a little bit out of touch with reality, and maybe he's over 65.
Now, you would be in support of having strong government oversight of the insurance industry's provider and the providers.
I don't see any other way at this particular moment in time. I have been blessed to have 2 physicians in my life, and when I was diagnosed with a non-life-threatening breast cancer, they rallied to my side, and I then became indoctrinated with the codes for procedures. And we called my insurance company, AARP, and found what would be covered and what wouldn't. And from then on, I worried. I am resourceful and found what I'm calling grants, but they're agencies that are probably no longer in existence thanks to Madoff, because a lot of hospitals and medical agencies and private organizations have lots of money to share with cancer victims. But you don't get big lots. You get 150 here, you make application, and it's put towards the bill. And you get 200 here, and maybe you get some an inventory, like a sleeve for your arm and certain medical services, but no one's going to cover the $27,000 medical bill, that includes the anesthesiologist, the radiologist. It is mind-boggling, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. So basically, by being resourceful, I'm standing here. This is my 2nd year, and I'm reapplying to get some financial help, be that as it may, very small amounts. I am getting harassed on a weekly basis. They've now put me on automatic, so I know the collection agency's voice automatic device, and I just hang up, and I am going to work as hard as I can to try to pay these off incrementally until, hopefully, when I die, what's left will go to probate. I don't know how it's going to work, but it's outrageous. That's my experience. Basically, the house was put on the National Historic Register because it was a public house. And in research in years past, we were able to prove that it was a public house by some of the architectural features, some of which are in the parlor, and the most important is the Whippet Closet, which is an icon for all stagecoach stops, public houses, and taverns. This is the federal kitchen, huge fireplace, working beehive ovens, even though I do not use the ovens. I did as a young person. Very arduous, very time-consuming, and sooty. This room is the most noteworthy. It is one of very few original 4 walls with a fresco done by Moses Eaton Jr., who was an itinerant Quaker. And I feel very proud to live in this house where so many famous Quakers and very, very hard-working, diligent men and women of integrity lived. This is called The Riderless Horse, and it's in many, many folk art books. And this brings very interesting people to this house to see this room. Cracks and all.